basic instrument is a gourd. It is a piece of gourd that has ridges cut into it, and oftentimes a hole, a sound hole where the sound comes out. Then you have a wooden stick and you scrape it across. And that is a huge sound in music of that time. And so we're kind of imitating that instrument. We're doing it on beat 2 where it's typically done. And so by doing that fan strum on beat 2, it almost kind of sounds like a ukulele playing along with a Latin percussion instrument. So that's a really useful strum for Save the Last Dance for me and just about any one of these songs that I mentioned. Let's do that real slow. So it's a regular down strum, maybe hitting just the top strings or so, like the G string and the C string. You can include the E in there too if you want. And then the fingers are just kind of scraping. You're having your fingernails go one at a time, index, middle, ring, pinky, like that. You can do it with the pinky first. I find that slightly more difficult, but it works. I actually prefer to use my index finger first, but I encourage you to experiment with both. So that Save the Last Dance for Me strum is fairly simple. You just got to slow it down and take it one step at a time. Hit the top strings, do your scrape, and then just up, down, up. Up, down. So you hit the top strings, you do your scrape, you do an up, you do a faked down strum, and then an up, down, up. Very similar to how you would do in a calypso strum. So down, scrape, up, fake, up, down, scrape, up, fake, up, down, up. If that's too much, break it in half. Just do the first half. Down, scrape, up, and then the second half. Fake, up, down, scrape, up is the first half, and then the second half is fake, up, down, up. Now you can leave some of the strums out. You can actually clean it up and simplify it a little bit, and that will give you closer to what I think of as a Phil Spector rhythm. See that I eliminated some of the strums at the end of the measure and just kept one after the scrape. Actually two after the scrape. Or you can fill it all in with downs and ups, depending on how busy you want to get. You can leave lots of space or you can fill up that space. So that's the basic idea with Save the Last Dance for Me. It's a fairly easy, accessible strum, but it may take a little bit of work doing it very slowly and breaking it in half until you're able to put the two halves together and get that rhythm going. So that gives you that one song. Spanish Harlem, same kind of idea. Dun, 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 dun. See that? How I started with something much simpler. I started with something that a beginner could definitely handle. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. That's a good start, and then just start enhancing it. Down, scrape, up, down, scrape, up, down, up. So you can take the simple strums that you're already comfortable with and play those in songs like this, but just try to add a little sprinkling here and there of that Latin flavor, and it'll enhance your strum a lot. You don't have to go all out yet. If you're not comfortable yet, if you're still a beginner and still getting your downs and your ups together, well, that's okay. Start with down, down, up, and we'll take it from there. So Spanish Harlem is a good one to do that on. Under the Boardwalk. same idea. These are very similar in some ways. They can all be played in the key of C. They all have roughly the same chords, C's and F's and G7s and the occasional A minor. They're written by a lot of the same guys in the same time, in the same geographic vicinity there, and sometimes sung by the same groups, Benny King and the Drifters mostly. So there's a lot of songs you can play and learn by just learning this one kind of aspect of strumming. This covers a lot of ground. We're not even talking about half of the other songs out there that were on the pop charts in those years that had the Latin influence, but Bésame Mucho was a huge one. Elvis had songs that had that Latin kind of south of the border flavor. It was a trend. It was a definite huge kind of trend in our pop culture, and that's why I talk about it. That's why I'm spending this time with you, kind of teaching a little bit of the history of it. It's super important, and it really helps us play our ukuleles better and be better ukulele players in our groups if we understand this bit of history and this bit of rhythm. All right, just one more. We already talked about Save the Last Dance, so let's talk a tiny little bit about Stand By Me. We'll save Lonely Teardrops for another time, but that's a great song. I highly encourage you to check out Jackie Wilson singing Lonely Teardrops. It's an incredible thing. So, Stand By Me. When the night is gone and the moon dun, 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 only light you'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. So whether you're channeling the Benny King version, the John Lennon version, or any of the other great versions of this song that are out there, it also has the same sort of possibilities for a Latin strum. You can do the simplest strum, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. That would totally work. You could do your calypso strum, down, down, up, fake up, down, up, down, down, up, fake up, down, up. Or you can add that little scrapey thing on beat 2 and get when the night is long and is dark and the moon is the only light you'll see. Or if you get tired of hearing that that very busy strum, you can save it for later on. You can start with a simpler strum. Morph that into the calypso, and then finally hit them with the, and then go back to simple. That's kind of exactly what I do when I play a song like this. I'll usually start simple. I'm trying to just get the groove established and not do anything too fancy and mess things up. And then once things are rocking and everyone's playing along, then maybe I'll add a little bit more and a little bit more. And then I just do this, by inspiration and spontaneously. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into how I think and how I make songs like this happen. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a lot about the history of this sort of sound. I hope this gets you thinking about the way you may play your ukulele on songs like this. I will make some song sheets available. I'll link to them down below. I will also link to all of the strums that we just did if you want to see them written out. I'll have a nice picture of them for you, and any other pertinent information I can come up with, possibly YouTube videos that will help you hear different versions of these songs. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell, be sure to visit my Patreon to get any kind of tabs or chord diagrams associated with these. And I appreciate you watching. It's still 2020, but soon to be 2021. Let's have a much better year in 2021. And I will catch you later, ukuleleans. Bye-bye.